Alright, y'all, I just got done watching Sony's E3 press conference, and baby, woo! I mean, let me calm down because I don't want to get too hyped too fast, but y'all, they fucking delivered. But I'm gonna save the grading for the end. First off, they kicked in the door with this really dope orchestra arrangement, and I'm thinking, okay, here we go with some more gimmicky performances, but no. See, if you want to do a performance, this is how you do it. Because they announced a new God of War, started off showing you like the two new characters, I guess Kratos and this little boy who I'm guessing is his son, because I think at one point he called him father. Don't know what's going on there, can't wait to find out. But the orchestra played into that. It provided the background music for the game, but in real time, or like live rather, not in real time, live. Beautiful, that was a great idea. I can only imagine how immersive that was if you were actually there, because I still kind of felt it through my computer screen. Living for that ingenuity. And I knew right then I had the best feeling, and I didn't lose that feeling the whole way through. So like I said, God of War, we got a new Kratos coming through. Kratos came back to stun on these hoes. That's what I'm talking about. Zaddy Kratos is back. And he's sporting a new look. It's not too bad. And I'm guessing he's taking on Nordic, I think it was. I hope I didn't get that wrong. Nordic gods this time, which, I mean, he done snatched the entire existence of Mount Olympus. Like, who the hell is left to fight? So that makes complete sense. And I cannot wait to see who they bring into this, because I'm a big fan of mythology, which is in part why I love God of War. You got Kyle Barker's voice is back and killing it. I'm kind of excited to see who this new little boy is and what that aspect of the story is. And the graphics, the graphics, y'all. And it was gameplay, so I'm guessing this was not CGI or anything. This was in-engine recorded. Y'all, beautiful, cannot wait. I was literally sitting on the edge of my seat. I was dying. Then they announced a game, or they showed a game called Days Gone By. Or Days Gone, not Days Gone By, my bad. It's called Days Gone. And I was wondering at first, I was like, is this The Last of Us? Are they showing us some of The Last of Us? And some people are already speculating if it's like a spin-off or associated with it. I can't say no, but I'm leaning towards no. But either way, it's beautiful. And the characters already look kind of interesting. It's this like, I'm guessing the dude was in a motorcycle club. We haven't gotten too much. They did revisit it in the end, and I might bring up some of those notes a little bit later. But early on, they showed you just enough to get you hooked, and you're still kind of riding off of that God of War high. So, you're hyped up, and I guess you're more receptive to it. And to me, I'm interested in it. Like, I know people get sick of zombie games or like post-apocalyptic games, but I never get sick of post-apocalyptic anything. So I'm hyped for it. Last Guardian, they said, will be dropping October 25th this year. And hopefully they stick to that, because I'm pretty excited about that. From what they showed us, it seems very reminiscent of Ico. I mentioned a little bit earlier that, we probably weren't going to be seeing another Shadow of the Colossus. And this one definitely reaffirmed to me that this is not Shadow of the Colossus gameplay from what we've seen so far. So it's definitely leaning more towards Ico. Which is fine, because Ico was cool too. I'm hype about this game, and I have been for a while, so I hope they stick to that date, because that's not too far away, and I'm really ready to get into this. Next up, they showed Horizon Zero Dawn. Y'all, I wasn't really feeling this game last year. I think they showed it. It's not that I wasn't feeling it, I just wasn't hype about it. It was just like, okay, that might be cool. But it got me this year. Like, they started showing more, and the gameplay looked really fun, and I could just see myself spending entirely too much time playing it, and I really did appreciate this time around the blending of like ancient cultures, because they seem to be kind of like Paleolithic people, and it seems like they're blending that with like futuristic technology, and that's pretty cool. That's not a concept that I think I've ever seen before. So, I can't keep talking about we need ingenuity, we need creativity, and then knock it when it comes. So I'm gonna appreciate it. I'm gonna congratulate them, because I have not seen that before. So I'm excited about that, and the gameplay looked really fun. It seemed like there was stealth elements for hunting, and hunting the robots for parts and whatnot, or the robot dinos for parts and whatnot, or the robot monsters. But then they also went in and showed you the fast-paced elements of the combat, and I thought that was really smart of them. Show us as much as you can. Show us how much we can do as much as you can. So they definitely handled previewing or showing us Horizon Zero Dawn very well, and they sold it to me. Like, I'm hype about it. I'm ready for it now. Like, there's a point where she takes down one of the robo dinos or monsters or whatever for a mount, and that is trill as hell. I gotta give it to him. That is trill. And one thing, the protagonist talks a little too much in gameplay for me, but you know, it's whatever, because when you stack it up against everything else, you probably won't even notice. Then they had another game that instantly reminded me of Heavy Rain, and it's called Detroit Become Human. And apparently they're like some type of android detective or cop or law enforcement, and it has like all these really dope ass CSI type elements to it and mystery or detective investigation, so I'm hype about that. Some people were saying that it's what they hoped LA Noire to be. I wasn't really disappointed by LA Noire, but I can definitely see that if LA Noire had these elements to it, good lord, you know, so I can definitely see where they're coming from, and I'm pretty excited about it. I love solving mysteries. I love that crime scene investigation. That was actually one of my favorite parts about Heavy Rain, and you only really got to do that when you were playing Norman, so it seems like we might be able to do that the whole way through on this game, so I am looking forward to that. And it did look interesting. Graphics look nice. It's got that futuristic android theme, and it seems like it's going to have that message in there that's like sympathy towards androids. And I think there's another game coming that has that same theme, so we'll see how that plays out. If that's going to be a new thing that a lot of devs start doing, is that going to be the new trend? Now, the next thing they announced had me screaming. I live in an apartment. I don't give a fuck who heard, who woke up. I don't care, because you know what? Resident Evil is back and acting like it should be, okay? Y'all, woo, baby. Sony was snatching wigs at this point. Like, I don't even think I had any hair left. They was just snatching baby strands from nowhere. I don't get it. They came too hard with this. I wasn't even expecting it. I was thinking maybe it was like Outlast or something, or maybe like Alan Wake. I didn't know what it was going to be, but automatically they put you in this suspenseful situation, and it genuinely is scary. Like, and the more you start exploring and you're waiting on jump scares and they're not giving you jump scares, that's the best part. They didn't cheap out. You really start getting like, okay, well, what's going to happen? Because they keep not doing stuff, but you know they're going to do something. Like, what is going to happen? Yes, this is the Resident Evil we have been asking for. I am really excited about this. They did mention it working with VR, so I'm hoping that it's not the only way to play it, because I'm not really sold on VR yet. And there was a lot of VR stuff in this presentation, but it's just really not for me. But Resident Evil, that's all for me. Absolutely. It's my second favorite video game series of all time after the original Tomb Raider. I need it in my life. I don't care how much it costs. At this point, Sony was just on some shut the hell up and take my money stuff. Take my money. I need this. And I believe that drops January 24th, 2017. And that's the date they gave us. You know, this stuff is subject to change. We got some more Final Fantasy XV goodness. Not too much that I need to really talk on it for too long. I mainly said what I needed to say about it earlier. We just got to see a little bit more, and that's nice. We got to see more of like the characters that Noctis will be traveling with or running into, so there's that. They actually showed some Call of Duty, and this is how bomb as fuck Sony is. They actually made people get kind of hype about Call of Duty even after that, what was it, Infinite BS on YouTube, like second most disliked video or whatever. That's how good Sony is. Graphics look nice and everything, but I'll wait to see more. It could be fun, could be not. You know, I don't really go so hard on these first-person shooters. I don't care. Like, if it's fun for me, I'll play it, and if it's not, I'll move on. I don't take... Some people take those first-person shooter wars or whatever too serious. I don't really care. The next thing they announced, though, had me so hyped. As soon as I heard the music, I was doing the Bankhead bounce. It's that Crash Bandicoot. You know. They kind of disappointed me here a little bit, because they didn't make it seem like anything, but you know, your mind was kind of on, are we getting a new Crash Bandicoot? They're remastering, I believe, the first 3 for PS4. And also, he will be in Skylanders. I have no desire to play Skylanders, but I'll probably pick up the remastered Crash Bandicoots, and we can play them on this channel. Now the next thing, let me calm down because I'm gonna get worked up. How about Hideo Kojima walked his boss ass self across that stage and said, "I'm back." Bitch, when I tell you that I was screaming, okay? You don't get it. This guy is my hero. He is the reason why I want to design games. Like, he's the reason why I was able to figure out, hey, you can be a game designer. You can make that work for yourself. He is the reason why I have so much enthusiasm for it. He's the reason why I think I can have my own company and design my own games and my own vision one day. I adore him. He is my hero, no lie. Him and Amy Hennig. I mean, he slayed my entire existence. I'm not alive. I'm a ghost right now, alright? I'm gonna go have dinner with Leo da Vinci and I'll be back. I am not here. I fucking died. King Kojima came back to stunt on these hoes for real. They tried to oppress him last year, but he said no. And look at where he's at. Yes. See what happens when you disrespect the king, company that will not be named? Look at where he's at and look at where you're at. Yes. And he came bearing gifts. He came with a game called Death Stranding, and there wasn't a whole lot that you could really take from the trailer other than naked Norman Reedus. Side note, how much you want to bet you won't hear a peep of outrage about naked Norman Reedus, but if it was a woman, people would be shitting bricks? Alright, back to the good news. I am so hyped to see what it's going to be because I know that stuff that went down with PT, I was hoping that like any hard work the team didn't get flushed on the toilet because that was so unfair to them. It looks like I don't even have to worry about that because, again, it's Norman Reedus, it's Kojima. I'm so excited to see what this game's going to be about. And the graphics were clean as hell, again. I don't know if that was CGI or what, but Kojima is known to put some pretty beautiful games together, so. But yes, King Kojima is back. Run and tell your friends, your family, the world. Alright, it's your duty. I'm telling you, go. We also got, again, I said this earlier, but we got some more revealed on Days Gone. The gameplay seemed to have that really suspenseful nature to it that I really like. Like, they had the zombies coming out of literally everywhere. The ass crack of everywhere. You were screwed. I live for that type of gameplay because I like to have my shoulders tense up and I'm really in the zone when I'm playing it, so I can't wait to get my hands on that now that I know that that's the kind of atmosphere they've crafted in the gameplay. And it definitely left me wanting more, and I believe that was the last thing they showed, and I didn't want it to be over when it was over, and that's the first time I felt like that in this entire E3 experience this year. Like, I was like, oh damn, we're at the end of Sony's conference. How? I don't want it to be. Like, Sony did that. They showed you what you need to do at E3. They made it about the games, not the gimmicks. They showed us what we wanted to see. Gameplay and nothing but gameplay, not what they think we want to see. Alright? It was no clown-ass displays of buffoonery tonight. They did that. I am so impressed and proud of them. They have set the bar. This is how it needs to be done. Can we get back to this formula? This is what gamers want to see. They handled their business tonight, boy. Tonight. They said, let me come through and show you how it's done one time. Just one time, they did it. I done got my life tonight. Definitely the best we've seen by far. They win. And I don't know how Nintendo's gonna do it. They might do it. They might. Because I like Nintendo too now. They might do it, but I just don't know how. Alright, so I'm gonna check in with you guys tomorrow when we see what Nintendo has to bring. I'm gonna edit these things and try to get them up tonight. Y'all, I'm still reeling. I'm trying, y'all. I'm trying. So definitely check back tomorrow so we can see what Nintendo's gonna bring us. Will they snatch our existences like Sony? I don't know.